Today I'm predicting match week 5 of the Premier League. We got a bunch of great derbies, great rivalries on this match week, and today I'm going to predict all of them. Before I start, could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for doing so. We start off with the Merseyside derby, and it's going to be played at Anfield. And Everton, Liverpool, top of the league. They've won 4 from 4 in the Premier League, and they've had a perfect start pretty much everywhere except the Community Shield. And the Liverpool team have been great so far, and on Everton's perspective, they've also had a great start as well. I mean, they haven't been absolutely awful, and they're really on the rise, Everton. And David Moyes did an excellent job, and I really do think they have a chance. But I still think Liverpool are just way too good right now, and I see them winning. I feel like they will get 2 before half time. I can see Gravenberch scoring, probably Ekitike will score, Salah will probably get an assist to them, and I feel like the match will end like 4-2, and Dewsbury Hall, Grealish, they'll be in there with either an assist or a goal. And I feel like the winner would probably be scored by Gravenberch, and he'll get like the fourth goal. The fourth goal will be scored by Gravenberch, and the third we give to Gakpo, him scoring. And in the end, I think Liverpool will win 4-2 against Everton. And next up, we got Brighton and Tottenham Hotspur, and two teams who have had great starts. Well, Brighton, really, they've had a decent start, but the main thing was beating Man City. And I know they're not Man City of 2-3 years ago, but still beating Manchester City, that's a great result. And they've done excellently. And if they can pull out that same shock to Tottenham Hotspur, which they do have the ability to do so, I think that'll be an excellent result for them. But I do think, in the end, Tottenham will win. Thomas Frank, he's really sort of well at Spurs, and he's really got the Tottenham train chugging along, and he's done great so far, and I feel he just has to keep on going, and I feel like he's doing great so far. He just needs another win to build up the momentum. Tottenham really have a thing going there with Thomas Frank, and he's really done an excellent job, and I think Tottenham will win 2-1. They'll get the job complete, and they'll be happy going home, but like, yeah, we did it. Next up, we got Crystal Palace and West Ham. I think definitely this will be Crystal Palace winning. West Ham, yes, they did win 3-0, but the last time they played out, and they lost fixture. But I think Crystal Palace, they're just a really great team. They've had an okay start. They're playing in the Europa League as well, but I still think Crystal Palace will win, and it'll put Graham Potter really in an uncertain position. They don't know. He doesn't know himself. He's been doing a good job results wise, or he's not doing good so far, and his place as a manager really is in contention. But I think Crystal Palace will win, and I think Palace will definitely keep a clean sheet, and I think it'll be not a routine win, but I think they'll win probably 2-0. I definitely see that coming. Then we got Burnley and Nottingham Forest. Now Nottingham Forest, since Ange's come in, they've lost 2 games. The first one, you can allow that is against Arsenal, but they did just lose to Swansea, who are in the Championship, and it was a comeback as well by Swansea, and they did end up winning. And I wouldn't be alarmed as a Nottingham Forest fan that did happen, but I still do think it will be a tougher match for Nottingham Forest. But I still think it's gonna be a Forest kind of a shock win, but not too much of a shock. But I think Forest will win, and I feel like it's gonna be a 4-1 win by Nottingham Forest. And and she's had like a week to settle in, and hopefully the players have understood him and he can get everything going. And I think they will, in the end, win 3-1 against Burnley. But you've got to remember, this is Burnley. But I still think Nottingham Forest have it in them to beat Burnley. Wolves and Leeds. That's another match which you're probably going to look at a relegation 6-pointer. Obviously, it's early in the season, not really a 6-pointer, but it's a match that both sides really do need to win. And Leeds, they've had some good results, drawing to Newcastle. They've had a decent start to the season. I think they've done a great start. And Wolves, they on the other hand, they haven't really had a great start. And I think the only real bright point is probably Strand Larson. And I see this as a match the Leeds are going to try and go and win, because they think they are beatable Wolves, and I'm assuming Leeds are at home, and I feel like Leeds will win, and I think they'll win 2-1. Probably a Metro scoring, Stan Larson scoring for Wolves, and I feel like it'll be a valuable 3 points for Leeds United. Then we've got Fulham and Brentford. I think this should be actually a great match, a London derby, but I do see Fulham winning this. And Brentford, they've, considering their squad now, they actually had an okay start to the season, but compared to last season, they've definitely gone downhill, and I don't blame anyone for that. It's what you're expecting, and they've had a decent result. They did just beat Sunderland last game, and I still think Brentford, they're an okay side. They're looking to get relegated, but I don't think they will. And I definitely see this being a hard-fought match, but I feel like Fulham will win. Fulham are a great side. They have been for a couple of years now. They've got some great players, and a player that I'm really looking forward to watching play is Kevin, the Brazilian winger. I think he's a really great player, and he has, big goals in the future, and I feel like he's going to go to a big club real soon. Keep an eye out on him. Then we got Chelsea and Manchester United. I think it's going to be a great match, and I remember 2-3 years ago, for 5 matches in a row, it ended up being 0-0 Chelsea and Man United, or 1-1. It was just the most boring game ever. I think this is different now. Chelsea, they're on the rise. Man United, they're really crumbling under Amorim, and this could be his potential, last game in charge. I don't think it will be, because it's Chelsea and the champions of the world. I think we will win. I think it's going to be a really easy win. I think we might concede 1 goal, but I feel like we'll win 3-1. We got Palmer scoring, João Pedro scoring, Correa scoring, and I feel like we will concede 1 goal, and that'll be due to the defenders messing up. That's what I really think will happen. But in the end, I think Chelsea will win. We'll have Shesko scoring for Manchester United, and I'm assuming Amram will keep with his formation, but with his beloved 3-4-3. And in the end, I still think Chelsea will win 3-1 against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Bournemouth, Newcastle. I think this is a great match, and I really like Bournemouth, and I think they're going to actually win against Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle played really great against Barcelona last time, but I feel like a combination of tired and just going all the way to Bournemouth from Newcastle, just travelling, and I just feel like they're not going to be at it. Then it'll be pretty decent, but I still think Bournemouth are going to win. And Bournemouth have great players. I really like Semenyo, and I feel like Bournemouth are going to win. And Bournemouth are at home, and I think they'll win. I feel like Newcastle will score a goal, but with Voldemort scoring, but I feel like Bournemouth will end up winning 3-1. I definitely see Bournemouth winning 100%. Then we got Aston Villa against Sunderland. Now, you'll be expecting me to say Aston Villa to win, but I definitely see... Not definitely, but I feel like Sunderland are going to surprise people and they're going to win. The reason I say that is Aston Villa still haven't scored a goal in the Premier League. That's something Emery really needs to fix. And maybe it's just me looking from the outside and being reactionary, but I think if he doesn't sort it out, it's going to be a big problem for Emery, and he might get replaced. But something that Emery really needs to fix, and he needs to get Aston Villa scoring. If he can get them scoring, then they're good. If he doesn't, it's going to be a big problem. And I feel like Sunderland are going to win. And Sunderland have had a great goalkeeper and a pretty decent defence. And I don't see Aston Villa scoring. And I think they're going to win 1-0. And probably get a bit lucky, but I think they will. And I got Mayenda scoring. Next, we've got Arsenal versus Manchester City. And this game, I actually see Man City winning. People are going to say Arsenal. I don't see Arsenal winning. I see Manchester City winning this. You've got Haaland scoring. And yes, Arsenal are probably going to score. And I feel like it'll be a close match. 2-1 to City, I feel like. And Man City, they're building momentum now. Ever since the Brighton match, they've beaten Napoli, which is a tough game. Even though they were down to 10 minutes, tough game. And they just beat Manchester United. They gain a bit of momentum, bit of hype. And hopefully this could, project onto the football field. And I definitely see Man City winning this. I feel like they're going to win 2-1. I think Haaland scoring, and you got Reindeer scoring. And for Arsenal, I'm going to give it to let's go Madueke. I feel like he's going to score. But I do think Man City is going to win this 2-1. And I feel like it'll be a great match. But I see Haaland scoring this, and Pep will, on the way up again, on the rise. I feel that's definitely going to happen. Could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Let me know what your predictions for today's and tomorrow's games, and thank you for watching.